7 weeks after we left Egypt, we, the Jewish people, were presented with a question. Do you want to receive the Torah? Our response was stirring. We said, Na'aseh v'nishma. We said, yes, we're going to do whatever you say, God. What is it that you would like us to do? That profound, stirring level of commitment is actually part and parcel of every single mitzvah that we perform. In this week's portion, Chukas, we're presented at the beginning of the portion with a mitzvah of the red heifer. That is a chok. A chok is a mitzvah where the reason for the mitzvah was not given to us. The red heifer concept, the red heifer mitzvah, is especially complicated because what it entails is it's a necessary step for the purification of someone who becomes ritually impure, and a totally red cow needs to be slaughtered, and then it is burnt, and then its ashes are mixed with pure spring water, and then sprinkled on the person who's ritually impure. What is a mystery is that the person who the water is sprinkled on becomes ritually clean. The sprinkler, the person who was previously ritually clean, but he's the one who sprinkles the water on the person that was ritually unclean, he becomes ritually unclean. In other words, the pure become impure and the impure become pure. This is a mystery of the red heifer. And the Torah begins with the words, Zos Chukas HaTorah. This is the chok of the Torah. I want you to perform this. I'm not giving you the reason, but I want you to perform it. It's the chok of the Torah. Rabbi Moshe Feinstein asks a beautiful question. Why if we're talking about the red heifer and that mitzvah, the Torah should say, this is the chok of the parah. This is the chok of the red heifer. This is the mitzvah of performing the mitzvah of the red heifer, and I haven't given you the reason, but I want you to perform it. The Torah says, Zos Chukas HaTorah. This is the chok of the Torah, and then it expounds on the mitzvah of the red heifer. Rabbi Moshe Feinstein says, why? Why does it say the Zos Chukas HaTorah? Seems to be some connection to the entire Torah. And he explains so beautifully that what God is telling us is that I've given you mitzvos without reasons, and I've given you many mitzvos where I've given you a reason for the mitzvah. You could check into the Talmud, you can find the reasons for many mitzvos, or the later commentaries, they'll give you reasons for the mitzvos. But when you perform any mitzvah, of course, have the reason in mind. But there must be an element of the performance that is like a chok. There's an element of the performance that I do just because God told me to do it. That is a part of the mitzvah, and that's why for the chok of the red heifer, the Torah says, Zos Chukas HaTorah, because in the entire Torah, in every mitzvah that you perform, Shabbos, you come to a Shabbos table and it's so beautiful, and you feel the spiritual experience of Shabbos, that God created the world in 6 days, and then on the 7th day God rested, and I am resting spiritually, physically on this specific day. Yes, beautiful. But there's another vital ingredient. I am serving God. That must be part of the mitzvah. I'm praying to God. When I pray to God, I must feel I'm performing the mitzvah of praying, but I am also serving God. I'm lighting the Shabbos candles, honoring the Shabbos, bringing in the Shabbos, welcoming the Shabbos queen. So beautiful. I must feel I am God's servant. I am serving God. That must be part of every single mitzvah that we perform, and hopefully every single action that we do throughout our lives, throughout our days. Have a fabulous Shabbos.